All right, all right, all right. Let's take a look here. Good morning, afternoon. I don't know. Whatever it is for you. Hey, thanks for joining. Hi, Blackmorth and everyone else in chat. Say hi. Say hi. Before we start, this is my second time streaming with OBS, so I'm a little bit stressed still, trying to figure out whether it's working or not. So, well, let's see. I'm taking a look here on my other screen at the stream, but it looks actually like it's working. Yeah, it is. Okay, cool. Hey, Tonko. Oh, Tonko, you're here. That reminds me. Actually, I need to share the stream in our Tempest Discord as well. Let's see here. Let me share my screen. And hey, this is the Tempest Discord. If you want to join, feel free to come say hi. Doing a stream. Today I wanna take Tempest for a little bit of a test drive. I want to rebuild my blog from scratch. Now, not entirely from scratch because I'm gonna use Tempest, so most of the work will have been done for me. I wrote a little blog post about this a couple days ago, how I created a super cool feature in Tempest with like almost no code, and I'm so happy that it worked. It's kind of the accumulation of years of figuring out static. I wanted to say analysis, but static site generators, right? And I've brought it all together in Tempest, and it was super easy to add, and the result is pretty cool. So yeah, I want to play around with that today a little bit. Hello, Laurent as well. Laurent, I don't know. Shoan, something like that. Hey, Tonko is back from the States. Welcome back. Mr. Unknown, you're here as well. Or Mrs. or whatever. Samuel, you're here also. That's great. Thanks for joining. We're going to do some coding, right? So let me get you up to speed on my blog. Like, this is my blog, right? Stitcher. And it uses a static site generator, and I wrote the first iteration 8 years ago, something like that. Like, my blog is 7 years old now, but the first iteration of the static generator was written 8 years ago, and now I've refactored it from scratch twice now. So generation 3 we're on, and now we're gonna go to generation 4, and that's gonna be Tempest, because Tempest is much nicer to work with, you can imagine. I wrote everything like from scratch, like my mini framework kind of. And you could say that like the very first foundation for Tempest was actually written that long ago. But yeah, I wanna improve some stuff with my blog. So this is how I write blog posts. So I have this big YAML file, right? It's quite large. And it contains all like the blog posts I've ever written, and it references a markdown file. Basically, this was before I realized. This was before I realized that you could have front matter in Markdown, or actually I knew it was available, but I didn't want to use it for some reason. Yeah, and you end up with like 2.5K lines of YAML, which believe me, it sucks. There's also this was just crazy. This site, like the whole website, is powered by YAML config. Imagine that. And oh, this is actually the wrong site.yaml. Let's see here. Like, this is like all the pages, and also 350 lines of code. Of YAML, it's not code. And like, for example, these dynamic pages, right? So blog/ID over here. There's some config here that uses plugins that will manipulate the variables, like the available data, and will generate multiple pages from one URL. And this is actually something that the Tempest's static generator also has to solve. So what I want to try to do today is only get an overview of my blog posts and the detail page, right? I don't know about styling yet because all of this is written in Twig, which is the only thing I had available back then. I don't want to use Twig anymore. So I guess I'll just try to use Tempest's built-in template engine. The downside of Tempest built-in template engine is that it does not have proper IDE support. It's on the roadmap, but it's a bit difficult. So let's actually create a new project, right? And let's zoom in a little bit first. So what we want to do is, oh no, I can just do composer, create project. Let's hope all of this just works, you know. Imagine that it just works out of the box without me having to do anything. So Stitcher Tempest, let's call it like this. So, oh yeah, there's the first problem already, but that's okay. So it's grabbing the 0.7 release, and I just want the dev main release, but that's gonna be fine. Let's see here. Dev, what do we call it? Stitcher Tempest, right? Oh, I'm already lost. Stitcher Tempest, new window, yeah. Okay, so let's make that one change here. So composer .json. Oh, it's actually requiring Tempest framework dev main, so that's good. Let's actually run composer up because minimum stability dev. Yeah, well, it should be fine. It should be fine. Let's see whether my console works here. Okay, okay. First step is done. We have a working console. That's great. Oh yeah, actually I have to run npm install. I might actually like refactor my I need to show you this, like just a testament of how old it is. I'm using Sass, right? Oh, but I'm so not looking forward having to port all of this. Good times. No, we're so Tailwind is built in with this Tempest preset, so we might actually use that. Tempest, was it Stitcher Tempest? .test. Let's see here. Tempest serve. Yeah, okay. Ooh, boom, boom, boom. And I still need to run npm run dev, right? Yeah, okay. So we have a working Tempest application. So what we need now, okay, so we have this big blob of content, right? Let's copy all of that over. So how shall we do this? Something like this. I'm terrible at window management, as you can see. Let's go blog.yaml. This is the wrong window. Okay, blog.yaml, right? So this is my big YAML file. I don't want that anymore, but we'll go in steps. So let's say content, or let's just say import. Import is a good name. I didn't copy it. Like so, import, and then let's copy all my markdown files. They should be over here. These are all the, let's just copy this folder. Import. Something that's missing are images, but let's ignore images for now. Okay. So we have all our markdown files here. The first thing I want to do is convert them. I want to grab this and actually use it as a front matter in the markdown file itself. So that shouldn't be too hard, I guess. So let's rename this to import, and let's create a file. Import command, right? Let's say invoke. This is something I mute until restart, please. PHPCS fixer. Oh no, turn off. Well, like that. This is something I only have to do once, right? So I'll just write a simple command here. Let's say console command import is fine. And what do we want to do here? We're gonna load this blog.yaml, which means I need Symfony YAML installed. Require Symfony YAML Boo. Composer require, of course. Oh, composer require Symfony YAML. That's what I need. Okay, that's good. And so we need to load in that big YAML file. I think that's just something like YAML parse. And it's a file get contents I need to do here. Dir blog, right? Yeah, that sounds good. And let's just dump that content out. YAML. Let's see what happens here, right? So if all goes well, I can, well, let's do it like this, Tempest import, right? Okay, so here's my content in an array, and now I want to basically move it to every individual markdown file. I'm gonna make copies of the files so that I keep the originals if something goes wrong, right? So in this YAML file, there will always be a content key. That's just, I know that because I've written it. So, and content is a path. It's actually a path to a file. The thing is, we'll need to parse it because we just need a file name. So path info PHP, and I never know if it's base name or file name. Path info. Shall we make a guess? File name. I want it like the thing with the extension, right? Uh-oh, it already doesn't work. Oh, is it undefined key content? Oh yeah, because I should be in a loop, of course. So for each YAML, I actually don't know what's in this as item. Will it just be? Is it just an array? Let's see. Yeah, it's just an array. So, ooh, this is annoying. Okay. Oh, it wasn't file name, it's base name. Base name. Yeah. Okay, so now we can link this array of data to this list of markdown files, right? Shouldn't be too hard. So we'll say, let's make a parsed directory here for now. No, actually, let's rename this to old and this to blog. We'll see. Actually, I want to, let's actually delete this, and I want it to end up in the right place immediately. So blog content. Yeah, I want it to end up there. So we need to retrieve the old file. So that's contents equals file get contents, and then we can use our path helper path and need to import it. Yes, dir, and then old path, something like this. Let's see whether that works. Hey, sup Cotton, how are you? Yeah, okay, so we have our contents here, and now we want to append the item here. Can I do something like YAML? Yeah, that's possible, right? Dump, I think it's called item. And there's the front matter. And then we can say file put contents path. Let's actually do it like this. What was it called? Blog content. And then we'll say path like so, and then we'll use we'll append this front matter, right? So that's let's see here. So this, and then the front matter, and then this, and then the contents, but we also need to append new lines. There are better ways of doing this, but this is fine. It's just one-time import. Will this work? Let's see. Let's say use has console like this, and then this info contents. No, not contents. Path. Okay. Did it work? Yes, but the content. Oh yeah, it's there. I need to remove this end of line. And I need to add another end of line over here. And okay, that's all of that fixed. Now, next step is so that's our import done. Well, not entirely, I guess, because images maybe, I don't know, I'm not sure. But look, we have all our content. Oh, I also copied over my taxi stuff. That I didn't really need that. Oh, and date is still wrong. I need to fix that. Import command. Let's see here. Let's dump out contents date. Item. Okay, so I'll probably have to do something like item date equals date. Does that work? Let's see. Item no, this is not right. Format, and then the timestamp is just this, I think. Yeah, that looks correct. Good. So let's import again. And so the date here is, yeah, that's correct. Okay, cool. You can remove the content key from the front matter, I guess. That's right. Yeah, so let's do that. Unset item content and import again. Yep, cool. Oh, piece of code. I remember that. This was like a category of blog posts I did years ago, where I shared a small piece of code, like piece of cake, piece of code. Good times. So we need a repository here. So blog repository, and timestamp is UTC, doesn't really matter because I only care about the days and not the time. So blog repository, and I need a blog post. This is like my value class. So this will need some properties here. So public string title, content. In theory, it could show the wrong date. Okay. Let's see. Let's actually see date, time, immutable date. So that's all we need for now, and we're gonna map our front matter onto this object. Basically, that is the plan, and that's what our blog repository is going to do. Let's actually see here. I actually don't like I don't have the date in my, I need the key. I forgot about the slug. I don't have the slug yet. And that's because import command. I think that's just key here, actually. Slug. Yeah, look at that. So I'm actually gonna add that into the item slug equals slug. Whoa. Import like that. If block from UTC 2024 23 hours, well, yeah, but the thing is I'm gonna manually set the hours to 0, so it's not gonna be a problem. Is my architecture about DDD? No, not really. I'm just trying to use Tempest to get my blog up and running in a record amount of time, right? And I'm not doing well. No, it's going fine. It's going fine. So slugs, right? We have our slugs now because that are, yeah, these are our URLs actually. So we'll need two functions here. All, which will return an array, and actually an array of at return blog post array, right? And then we need a find, which will have a slug and which will return a blog post or null, I guess. And Cotton thinks it's still a problem. You see, you might be right, but I will get too distracted by it. So I'm gonna ignore it for now. But no, we might run into problems later. We'll see. And so my find really like performance optimized thing here. Look at this, return this all slug like that. I will optimize this further, but don't worry about it. The all is the interesting thing here, and what we're going to do is we're gonna glob files. We're gonna glob over directory, and then content, and then like this, and then files. Files should contain a list of all file names in here, and then we're gonna load them in. So we need a couple of things. A controller. Let's start there. So blog controller, which will have an index method, which will just be get. Like so, and it will return some kind of view, and then we'll have a what's it called, a show method or detail, I don't know, detail, which will also return view. You are still going on about the time zones, come on. /blog/slug, right? String slug. Hang on a second. Something about early optimization. Not saying you're wrong, but essentially you're implying I am. Time zones are a headache. Oh, but I agree there. You could add a to do to the code. Okay. So, what was it in my import command? Right. To do UTC. Because Cotton TM said so. Cotton TM. Is the TM in your name referring to Trackmania, or is it just trademark? Because if it's Trackmania, then we found like a common interest. So is it? It is. Is it? Nice. Do you watch Virtual? Let's see. So totally lost track now. Or maybe the yes wasn't to my question because there's some latency there. is this get syntax new in PHP? These are our attributes, and they were added in PHP 8. PHP 8 attributes. Hey, there's my blog that I want to improve. Yeah, these are attributes, and Tempest, like the framework we're building, is making like heavy use of it. It's one of the upsides of being able to start from scratch, of course. What's this error here? PHP stand. I want to disable PHP stand. PHP stand. Be gone. Yes. So this is really distracting. I'm Trackmania. That's been a while. So there's this, like, I still follow. I played Trackmania when I was a teenager. Like Trackmania United Forever. And there's this super like popular live streamer. His name is Virtual, and he still streams Trackmania, and it's like my guilty pleasure basically. So blog a repository, and so we need all blog posts. Is this basically, and then we'll return a view, and let's actually make that view here. Let's say, well, actually, let's do a base.view.php. I'm gonna move that to here for now, and let's say x component name equals x base, and then like all our HTML thingies, title, I don't know, body, and then over here we'll say x slot, right? And Stitcher. We'll figure it out like later, but did I? Yeah. Now we need a proper view. So index.view.php, which will use x base, and say, let's just say hi for now. And let's return here. Let's return our index.view, and let's say blog posts, like so. View, please. Yes. No, import it. PHP Storm has some weird behavior when it comes to importing functions. I really don't understand. Oh, and I still need to add this actually as a shorthand, but for now it works like this. Okay. It's is this good? Yeah. Let's try it out, I guess. Okay, yeah, it works. So this is our glob, right? And now we want to return array map over all files. We need to optimize this. I know we need to optimize this, no worries. Files, and then we'll say this parse file. Function string path. Right, and let's add this method over here, and this one will return a blog post. Let's see here, our path, and I want this to be string, and I want this to be a path. So yeah, that's good. And now the question becomes, do we want to parse our front matter? Yes, we need to, of course. We need to return. Yeah, we need our Wow, I'm having a total brain fart. We need a front matter parser thingy from Spatie. That's what we need. A to the point YAML front matter parser. This is the one we need, I think. Yeah. Let's try that. Ooh. You can use a first class callable there in the repo. You are absolutely right. That is a nice optimization. Ooh, thank you for that. That's nice. You see, I don't use first class callables enough, actually. So use YAML front matter like this, and then we have our, can it be an array? No. file get contents path, and this is like, this is not going to be performant because we're going to load the content of each file. I actually think we might need to, but there is an interesting thing here. Let's just see what happens. We have our object here, which is our parsed YAML doc. Oh, and it has the body as well. Okay. No, but this is good. Matter. Let's call it matter. And I will say return new blog post. And a blog post only has 3 things now. Title is matter title. And what else was there? We're gonna ignore meta. We're gonna ignore next. Slug we don't need. Date. Oh, there's the date. Hang on a second. So explain me how this can go wrong. So if I say new date time immutable, right? And I do it like this, and hang on, I first get rid of the squiggly marks. So body, like so, and now I sort the arguments. So how it cannot go wrong, right? Can it? I realize my face is in the way. Hang on. No, I don't know. Will it work? Who knows? Should I hate PHP's built-in dates. Date create immutable, date time string. Should it be, no, this should work. Yeah. We'll see. Okay, so let's refresh and it says hi. Well, that's already good because that's what we said here. Now, and here comes some exotic syntax that unfortunately I have no IDE autocompletion for, which kind of sucks. Okay, so blog post. Let's say we need a function URI here. It returns a string. It uses no URI like this, and the action is blog controller class and detail, and the slug is this. Oh, we need a slug actually. Hang on. Slug. Ooh. Over here, slug matter. Matter. Ooh, slug. Like so. Okay. So, oh yeah, we'll say for each equals this, and this is where I would like blog posts as blog post I want like autocompletion here, right? This is what I'm trying to say, and I hope this works. Blog post URI, and then blog post title. Okay, if this doesn't work, like there's a 50-50 chance it will work. Okay, let's do this. It's super slow. I don't know what's happening. It's not working. I don't think that's because of my file. Will it be because of my file get content? I don't know. Is it? Yeah. No, there is something wrong here. Let's ignore this. Work in progress, and let's say for each. Oh, and then we can let's PHP. Let's take a moment to say var and then blog posts like this. So for each blog posts as blog posts, PHP and for each like so, and then we'll say and then echo out this is like old school PHP, right? Blog post title. At least now we have auto completion. It doesn't work. Why doesn't it work? No. This should work. So the last comment is, yeah, that should work, but that was about something else, right? Oh, argument must be null given. Undefined variable blog posts. WordPress. Yeah, it's like WordPress syntax, I know. It's just PHP, right? But why doesn't that work? Uh-oh, now we need to debug. Get, yes. Yeah, it's not going in there because it is vanilla PHP's WordPress. I know. I'm just rewriting WordPress, you know. Just why? Okay, let's try to cheat here. So let's say blog overview view. Index view. Let's say implements view, and let's say use is view like this, and then we say does this work? Public array blog posts like so, and then we say at var oh, I know what's wrong. I don't even know my own like template engine, you know? It should be this. The moment when you get hit for using the main branch. No, it's not. It's just I might need to just support this as well, you know? Because it's kind of getting annoying that I always forget to write this. When you want to access variables from a view, you need to use this. Which is super annoying because you, like, if you're using a generic view, you cannot even type into it. You could do it like this. Blog posts equals this blog posts, like so. Yeah, now it works as well. Okay. Well, okay, so let's go to a thingy here, a detail page. I need to, like, okay, let's make a note first. Because, oh, I need to sign in. Uh-oh, hang on. Let's now you can see me while I use my two-factor authentication. I don't actually know if it would be that bad if you saw it, but because by the time I wrote it, it's already. But anyway. I actually like the use of this, so there is a difference between local variables and control variables. Yeah, good point, but it feels so like I've written this mistake multiple times now, and I always forget what it is about, right? So I don't know. I don't think it's intuitive enough. Let's create a new allow variable directly in views. It's actually also not that difficult to support, actually. And I actually want to do that before Alpha 1. Hello, Jake. Hello, Jake. Glad you're here. So we have our overview page. And all of this is just because I want to show like a cool feature, right? But bear with me. Now we need our detail page as well, detail. And this one will have a blog post like so. So like this. And it will have h1. What's the... what's the... brain fart again. Blog post title, and then article needs to be here. Article. This needs to be there, and then we'll say blog post. Actually, we need a rendered version now of our blog post, right? Of the content, and I don't want to. Let's. Hang on. So let's say blog repository, and then we say blog post equals blog repository find slug, like so. And then let's return a view detail with that data. That looks fine. So view engine acts more like Blade rather than Twig. Yeah, definitely. Yeah. I have a strong opinion about this, by the way. So PHP. I just realized I'm saying I have a strong opinion about this, but PHP originated as a templating language, right? And it grew into something more. I find it very weird when a template engine for PHP doesn't feel like PHP. And like Twig is a really great templating engine, but it's not PHP anymore. It's a sandbox. It's its own language, and it's like whenever you're writing Twig, you need to write another language. While in Blade, it's so much closer to PHP, and I like that so much more. It might be a personal preference, right? But yeah, I want thingy. I want PHP. So let's return a view here, and we have, yeah, of course, let's just write content for now. Attempt to read property on null. Blog post. Can it return null? Yeah, if it returns null, why should it return null? Oh, I know why it returns null. Hang on. Because, yeah, we're doing array map. Actually, let's just optimize this, right? Because we could also do path, path is, and then let's replace the quotes here, and then we'll say slug like so, and then we have the path. Actually, we don't need a glob here. It should just be something like this. Yeah, that's our path, right? And then we'll just say return this parse file path, right? And then there's an error because PHP enum. Oh yeah, because the date is in there as well. So I need glob, actually. Glob, hang on. The date is just to order the files, right? And then it should be this, I guess. Path. Should be two thingies. No. This is here, right? Yeah. Hang on, you're talking about Twig. I'm trying to solve an issue here, but let's see. I love Twig, but that's a very valid point. Thank you. An unknown retracted a message. Twig is great for when you need to render user-provided templates. Well, and that I totally agree with. Yeah. Twig does not allow PHP inside templates, and that's good. We disagree. We use Blade for regular code and Twig to allow users to make own email templates. I did exactly the same in like a big Laravel application where they wanted to use their do their own email stuff. Actually, we used handlebars or mustache, I think, because it was even simpler than Twig, and the user only needed like basic if else for each, and some variables, of course. And then. Yeah, but okay, so let's go back to my glob here. My glob isn't working. Why is that? I don't know. Should work, no? Should it? Oh. Let's see. Yeah. Enums before enums. Oh no, the slug is different than the file name. This sometimes happens. This sometimes happens. Yeah. Okay. So so we actually need to let's return this. Find. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It's okay. Let's do array find. No, that's PHP 8.4 actually. Array filter. No. For each this all as blog post if blog post slug equals slug will return blog post and otherwise will return null. This is like really crude. Need to improve it. See, it works. Now the problem here is that there are some blog posts here where the file name is different than the slug. Because I changed the slug afterwards. And I don't really want to deal with that right now. So here we have our blog post, and now let's actually let's steal something from the Tempest docs, because I know we have like this Tailwind package plugin thing typography. That's what it's called. Dev dependencies in package.json. Yes, and then then let's go to app.css main.css. Do we need? Oh, that's the wrong one. No, that's still the wrong one. I also want code and fonts. Let's just put it in here. Doesn't matter. So oh, and then I can just copy it over. Import. So and now I need to do this npm install and then npm run dev. Does that work? Yes. And then we go to our docs.view, and then I need to add a class somewhere, typography. Let's see here, chapter, blah, 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 over here. We're nearing. No, title body, over here. Prose. We need the prose class. And class is prose. Now, nothing happens. Because I'm not loading my CSS. That's why. Let's see here. I need something like this. In my base.view, and then let's check here. Yeah, okay, so mark as resource root, and then that works. Oh, I pressed the wrong button. Go away. No. So. I don't know. I pressed it. Oh, no. Now there are two chromes. Quit. Yes. Ah, haha. Okay, hang on. It doesn't look like prose, but that's because I haven't rendered the markdown yet. So now I can just steal it from the Tempest docs as well. Composer JSON, and I need YAML browser shot, no, leak comment mark. That's what I need. Yep. composer JSON. So again, all of this just because I want to show off one feature, right? Composer up. Okay. Yep. Okay, so we have our markdown thingy now, and now let's copy that over as well. Markdown initializer, because I want what's this inline code block renderer? Oh yeah, I remember. Markdown over here, and where did I? Hang on. Where is this? Oh, PHP Storm didn't show the file. That's weird. So this can go away, and all of this can go away, and then this can go away. But the important thing is that we use our highlighter here, Tempest highlight, and then fenced code. And then we say new inline code block renderer highlighter. And I think, yeah, that's the right one. Okay, so now we have a markdown converter in place. So we just like create an environment here with leak common mark, attach a highlighter to it, and do some other things here, front matter, and some more stuff. And then we can say, let's inject it over here, markdown converter, like so. And then we say markdown. Yeah, let's just say markdown. Markdown converter, convert, and then we say blog post content. And let's add that over here as well. So let's, no, markdown. And then we can go to our view here. And instead of this, we can say, let's not forget this, markdown. And it kind of works, right? So, I mean, yeah. Like I said, I'm not gonna do too much styling, but okay. But here, this is what I want to show now. The cool thing, right? Oh, it's, hang on, overview. Let's do a little bit of styling, index. Class, what is it called these days? Grid, gap2, something like that. Yeah, and then class, underline, hover, no underline, something like that. Okay, and then maybe something container. Is that the right class? Probably not. No. Container. Okay, let's just say with I don't know. Okay, it doesn't matter. Oh, what we need, by the way, block controller, we need to reverse this order. So array reverse. And then my taxi thingies are there. Hang on. Let me remove them once again. If you don't know what the taxi thingies are about, then you should go to my blog over here. Okay, now, cool thing. At least I think it's cool. So we have this blog, right, and it's properly styled. Let's imagine that, and okay, it's not super slow or anything, but like we said before, like this isn't super optimized. But in an ideal world, you don't really want to be bothered with like this is just HTML, right? Why do we boot a framework PHP to just render basic HTML? And now this is what I really like. Let's hope this works. Imagine if it doesn't work. Let's say static page, right? and let's say static page. But we're not done yet, because over here, if we want to generate static pages from this, we need to have a list of all the slugs, right? That's no problem. That's no problem. Let's create a blog provider. Implements data provider. Look at this. Provide. Okay. And now we need a list of all our slugs, right? And where do we find all our slugs? In our blog repository, right? We already have that code in place. So let's loop over this repository all blog post and yield the slug. Okay, now we have a list of our slugs. Now last thing we need to do is say for this static page we need this provider. And now, if everything works, we can run our static generate command. And I really hope it works. Oh, the pain. Only arrays and traversables can be unpacked in the static generate command. Oh, this is on me. This is on me. It's we're not blog provider. This is an easy fix. I forgot I need to wrap this and provide the name. So the slug here will map on the slug there, right? Oh, look at what it's doing. It takes a while. It's fine. It's fine. Okay, all the blog posts. It's just going. It's going, right? And you know, okay, it takes a couple of seconds. There's a lot of content here, right? It takes really long time, and I have to add like I need to like provide some caching still, but okay, we're done, right? Our whole site is compiled as static HTML, so it's over here. Here are the HTML files. They're all rendered, and I have a bug here, but let's just pretend that's not the case. Okay, so this is just our dynamic website, right? But if we do index.html, this is the HTML version. It jumped a little bit, but that was just the scroll position. So this is, hang on, this is exactly the same, right? The only difference is that this is network. Yeah, this is instant, 7 milliseconds, local. I know it's local, but over here, oh, I'm pressing the wrong buttons. Again, 400 milliseconds, right? 5-4. This is just static HTML. So let's open a. Why doesn't this work? Okay. There's another bug. Very weird bug. Hang on. That I need to look into actually. Okay, but we have a static version of all our pages, and they are super fast. Okay, it kind of worked. I do wonder, like, what's the problem here? Now locally, I have to like suffix with .html, but on your web server, like on your production server, like on over here, you just rewrite the URI to like this, right? Let me actually show you this in the docs. So static pages here. You need to like add this in your Nginx config, and then it works. So, and this is I think this is pretty cool. Now let's do some debugging here, because like my dynamic URIs don't work, and they should work. Actually, they should work. So I'm not quite sure why this happens, but what we can do is static clean, and it will remove all the files here. And now it still doesn't work. So maybe I messed something up somewhere else. Let's see here, routes. So blog slug, it matches, it should match here. So let's take a look here. Blog controller, because it used to work. So does this work? Hey, it's not gonna, this isn't the page generated by Tempest, so. Okay, that's weird. What did I change? But that shouldn't have an impact on it. Okay, let me actually show you like with the Tempest docs, because it works there. I don't know. So this is the locus Tempest docs website, right? And this is just the dynamic version. And then when you the .html, oh, it's not generated here. Then I should actually add a proper. Let's generate the thing over here. So static generate, right? So these are the Tempest docs, and now they are generated. So this is the like local, this is the static version, and this is the dynamic version. And so you can just work with the dynamic version, whatever you want. And then on production, what happens? Let's see here, Tempest deploy. So I'm actually gonna deploy the docs here to production now. Let me show you. Oh yeah, it's doing composer stuff, it's doing npm stuff, and then it's clearing discovery, and then it's re-rendering everything, and then it's done. So yeah, that's and on production, like I showed you with the Nginx thingy, it's not booting any PHP now anymore. It's just serving straight HTML pages. So it's pretty fast on production. You can try that out. Let's see here. Empty cache hard reload is one of the tips that's being given in the comments. Like, this is so weird. Oh, hang on. Hang on. No. This is the right. Yeah, this is the right URI. I don't know. It's weird, but like I've shown you, it works. So that's pretty cool, right? And all with just a very small amount of code here, like static page. You can make any route. Actually, they don't. Yeah, they have to be routes. You can make any page into a static one, and like even have one controller action result in multiple pages. So I really like that. Yeah, this was like a oh, there's an LD here. Well, doesn't matter. This was like a small weekend project actually, but it was really fun to do. What's the error over here? Oh, let's close that. Let's not look at generated CSS errors. Yeah, that was about all I wanted to show today. One or maybe like a couple small things before we wrap up. We're actually nearing an alpha 1 version of Tempest, believe it or not. Let's see here. A couple of things we still need to do. File supports in requests. Yasin has been working on that. And then I'm working so that all components can also be used individually. And that's pretty cool, actually. That's like, you can, let's see here, I wrote a page about it, standalone components, just composer require Tempest console, and it works, or like the simpler stuff, like composer require Tempest event bus. You need to manually boot the kernel then, but apart from that, you just trigger events, and it all works. So yeah, that's pretty cool. And like the goal is that all components are standalone. And I'm going through all of them, making sure like the basics work. There will be a lot of bugs, definitely. And then now we have a new issue, and actually another one, like static pages, static index page doesn't have a name, but that is an easy fix, luckily. So after that, there's an alpha 1, and then I hope some people will try it out, and I hope there will be lots of bug reports, and I hope there will be some people interested in helping out. And yeah, we're slowly working towards a version 1. Let's actually check here with PHP annotated. The very first, oh no, playlist over here, the very first Tempest video I did, live stream, was a year ago, 11th of July 2023, and by the time I was already working a year on Tempest, but I started from scratch on stream, but then I merged some things. So yeah, 2 years in the making. I'm still not done. Like when a version 1 release happens, it will be like super minimal what you can do with it, I guess. But it's a start. It's a start, and I hope people are excited about it. I am. It's a super cool project. So, with all of that being said, I'm gonna end the stream here. It was fun. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being in the chat and like sharing your thoughts, thinking with me. I have some bugs to fix. So I'm gonna do that, and I'll see you in the next one. Okay, leave a like,